It began with a dare, a simple, reckless dare that none of us could have seen coming. We were huddled around the fire. The warmth of the fire was a stark contrast to the cold, eerie night. There was a full moon, and it was as if the moon itself was watching, waiting for the night's events to unfold. "Dare you to walk to the ridge and back," Mark slurred. A chorus of hoots and whistles followed, directed at me, the obvious target of his challenge. The pressure was on, and the group's energy was infectious. I should have said no. Every instinct screamed at me to refuse. Common sense screamed at me to stay put. But the allure of the unknown was too strong to resist. My heart hammered against my ribs. Fear, excitement, maybe a bit of both. The thrill of the dare was intoxicating, a heady mix of adrenaline and anticipation. One thing was certain, though. The night had just taken a sharp turn from campfire songs and shared stories to something altogether more unpredictable. I took a deep breath, the crisp mountain air doing little to quell the sudden rush of adrenaline. There was no turning back now. "Fine," I heard myself say, my voice a shaky tremor in the stillness. "But if I see a bear, I'm using you as a human shield." The joke was a feeble attempt to mask my growing unease. The group erupted in laughter, their faces a mix of disbelief and admiration. Little did I know my flippant remark would soon be tested in the most terrifying way imaginable. Here's the background of the group. We were a mismatched bunch, our group thrown together by a shared love of the outdoors and a healthy dose of youthful recklessness. Each of us brought something unique to the table. There was Mark, the self-proclaimed leader, always up for a dare, always pushing the limits. His adventurous spirit was infectious. Then there was Sarah, quiet and observant, with dry humor that often caught us off guard. Her sharp insights and unexpected humor added a layer of depth to our conversations, making even the simplest moments feel profound. Rounding out our trio was John, the practical one, armed with a seemingly endless supply of snacks and a calming presence that often tempered our more impulsive moments. His preparedness was a safety net, ensuring our adventures were fun but never reckless. Earlier that day, we'd hiked into this secluded spot, our packs laden with tents, sleeping bags, and enough junk food to last a week. We'd spent the afternoon swimming in the icy water of a nearby stream. As the sun dipped below the horizon, we'd gathered around the campfire, sharing stories and jokes. It had been perfect, idyllic even, but now, as I stood on the edge of the clearing, I couldn't shake the feeling that we'd stumbled into a story we weren't meant to be a part of. The path was narrow and winding, almost as if it had a mind of its own, twisting its way through dense undergrowth. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig sent a jolt of fear through me, my imagination conjuring up all sorts of unseen dangers lurking just beyond the reach of my vision. I glanced back at the campsite, now just a faint glow in the distance, and for a moment I considered turning back. But pride urged me forward. I could almost hear Mark's taunts, Sarah's quiet amusement. Their voices echoed in my mind, pushing me to prove myself. I would see this through. I had to. As I continued along the path, the trees thinned, giving way to a rocky outcrop. From here I could see the entire valley. It was breathtaking. The vastness of the landscape made me feel small, yet strangely empowered. For a moment I forgot my fear, lost in the sheer beauty of my surroundings. The mountains stood like silent guardians, watching over the valley. But the moment was fleeting. Reality quickly set back in. I couldn't do it. So when I went back to the group, I lied and said that I'd gone inside the mountain lion's den and there was nothing there. In reality, I had seen the glowing eyes and backed away.